Okay, so with this lovely location of Oundle, they just cut the corn by the looks of it, or wheat or whatever. I'm with Susan. Hello, Susan.
Hello there.
Right. Now, this is your L4G Soundbite, which is going to be about your business, and we're going to talk about what you do. And I heard you speak the other week, so I thought, well, actually, it's about time we did your interview. So tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from? Where are we? Kind of what part of the world and what?
Okay, well, I live at the moment near Huntingdon, in a place called Bury, little village.
Okay.
I was originally born in Colchester, so I lived there for a few months, about 2 years. Then moved to British Honduras, which is now Belize, lived there for a couple of years.
All right.
Then moved to Germany for 4 years. Then we went back to Worcester, eventually ended up in London. So I was there when I was 11. So
Right.
I consider I come from London, because that was where I
We
really
grew up.
Okay.
What part of London?
A place called Ickenham, which is
Okay, I know.
near Heathrow.
Yeah. Northwest London. Sort of.
Yes.
Okay, so you run a business which is in the travel industry. So tell us a little. What's the name of the business?
Not just travel, Anglia.
What, say again?
Not just travel.
Not just travel Anglia, right? Okay, so now I know a lot of people will say now that today with the internet and with all the stuff that we can do, why do we still need a travel agent? Now, I guess, I mean, I used to do a lot of travelling backwards and forwards to Hungary, but it was a single destination, and it's quite easy to get a flight to there and back, and it's a lot easier now with the cheaper airlines, well, they're not that cheap. But why would someone use someone like you? What's the primary?
Okay, well, there's a couple of reasons. One is we offer a personal service, so we listen to what you want and your needs, and then we'll match up the right holiday for you.
Right.
And we can do that with the knowledge and expertise that we already have, with the systems that we have. We can research much quicker. It's said the average person spends 13 hours researching their holiday on the internet, so that's fine for those people who've got that time, but a lot of people nowadays find they don't.
Right.
The internet's, there's so much choice as well that it can be a bit overwhelming.
And you don't always know what you're looking at.
Well, that's
because
it.
it's not, unless you've checked out the sites and all those kinds. And I guess the more trustworthy the site, the more expensive anyway, because I've had to go through all those checks and everything else. So is it primarily holidays that you deal with, or do you deal with any kind of travel?
Any travel at all.
Right.
Whether it's just the hotel, in the UK, flight only to somewhere. I do a lot of tailor-made holidays, that's when it really comes into your being personal.
I suspect.
Put packages together, taking one bit from here and a little bit from there.
Right. I suspect if I was to say to you, this is true. Don't get too excited. I was going to say, I want to go to Australasia, I want to go down, I want to do it on the Chinese, I want to do it on the Chinese wall, for example. I might want to get down to Beijing or whatever, and I want to drift across and spend a bit of time in Bali, and I want to end up in Sydney, and then I might want to stop in Bangkok on the way back. That kind of holiday would be right up your street.
Indeed, yeah. Putting everything together for people is where we specialise.
So, what sort of horror stories have you heard about people? just as to get an idea of where it can go horribly wrong.
Okay. There was a story of a couple that booked their holiday to Spain, flying out of Birmingham, but they actually booked Birmingham in Alabama.
Oh.
So when they got to the airport, there wasn't a flight for them.
Right. Okay.
That's one. There's cases of people arriving at the hotel to find that the rooms haven't been booked for them, mostly because the internet company they're dealing with perhaps aren't as reliable as they first thought.
Right.
Companies collapsing. The local holiday groups recently got into administration. That left 110,000 people having paid holidays, but because they were a Spanish-based company, there was no Atol protection. So those people have lost all of their money, so they unfortunately won't be able to get anything back. So
that's quite a big thing for people. So you can take out insurance and stuff like that, but it's actually in booking with someone that's got all of these protections in place is quite important.
It is important. You should always book with an Abta travel agent,
right?
Because they have a specific code of conduct that they have to follow. You should make sure your holiday is ATOL protected or has what we call supplier failure cover. So a package holiday is nearly always ATOL protected.
Right.
But if you book a flight and a hotel separately, they're not linked together. So the supplier failure cover links those.
Okay. So if you're booking like that holiday I described before, which is quite a complex thing with lots of different operators involved, lots of suppliers, you're basically treating the whole thing as one job, really.
That's right, yes. You're ticketed all the way through. So if anything happened on the way and maybe you missed a connection because the flight didn't land or was delayed, that airline would be responsible for you and would look after you and make sure that you carried on. If you booked it yourself with, say, 4 or 5 separate journeys and you missed a connection, that's not the airline's fault that didn't take you. You missed their plane, so then you would need to buy yourself another ticket to catch up.
It's a bit like the trains now, isn't it? So how do you work then? I mean, because I must admit, I'm one of these people that never has any time. And to be honest, for me, I wouldn't want to, I'd just say, look, there it is. Come back with the options. That's what I want. I don't want to. I'm your ideal client. I don't. No messing about. Just take it away and come back when you've got a solution.
Well, that's it. We'd have to find out what kind of things you like to do on holiday. Some people like nice luxury holidays and they want to stay in 5-star hotels. For other people, it's more about the experience and being in with the locals and like a small family-run hotels. So finding out what people actually like to do and putting things together for them that way.
Okay, so I think that's really important, isn't it? I mean, you can't, and the quality of the things that people are doing at the other end. So that they might say, well, I want to go on a tour of this or I want to go on a tour of that. Do you have like a reference library where you can kind of tap into and see who's doing like a good, providing a high quality service, who's like not doing quite as well? You wouldn't know that from the internet, would you?
No, that's right. All of the tours have all been checked out. They all have to pass certain health and safety aspects, and the operators that we use have all been checked to make sure that they do that.
What about things like low cost flights where people think, well, I can get some last minute deals and.
The last minute deals don't exist like they used to. Gone are the days where you could fly to France for £2 on EasyJet. Nowadays, airlines, and it's true whether it's a low cost one or a normal scheduled flight, they release their seats in batches. So once the first batch has been sold, they then release the next batch, but at a higher price, and then the next batch at a higher price. So it's the earlier you book, normally the more you're not going to save, and the later you leave it, the more expensive it will be.
And that applies to all. Do you get any of these? Excuse me, any of these holidays now where they say, we got rooms booked, we got flights booked, and we haven't sold them, so 500 quid for.
No, because since the recession, the holiday companies don't buy hotel rooms like they used to, so they're not stuck with them. They'll get an allocation from the hotel, but they're not forced to take them, so that if they don't take them, then the hotel might offer them to other people, perhaps slightly cheaper, but then the flight's more expensive, so it's a bit of swings and roundabouts there. Usually what you find left when you're looking for a last minute deal is perhaps hotels that are not as popular, because you're not getting as good a rate. Flights where you're leaving very, very early in the morning or arriving back very, very early in the morning. So it's not as easy as it used to be.
So what's hot to trot right now? Where's the prime, where are you seeing people go?
Well, at the moment, the way the world is, unfortunately, and places like Egypt, Turkey, Tunisia, the traditionally cheaper holidays, people aren't going there like they used to. So now places like Spain, Portugal, even France, they're getting very booked up. So anywhere like that is from America? Yeah, America's very popular as well.
And other destinations in Europe, places like Bulgaria and around there?
Yeah, they're coming on, those kind of destinations, the Eastern European ones, and those are taking over in the lower cost bracket.
From places like Egypt and stuff like that?
Yes, you can get some quite good deals.
And is there any restrictions on going to those places now, like Egypt and stuff like that, and Turkey? I mean, are they?
Turkey, there's just certain areas they have tend to avoid, like the border with Syria. but it's such a big country. Although they've had trouble in Istanbul, where the actual holiday resorts are, it's probably the same distance from here to Berlin. And people don't realise how big
Turkey is. Yeah, it's massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Any last minute tips you want to throw in there before we say cheerio?
I would say book as early as possible. Find someone to deal with that you like and can trust, and just enjoy yourself.
Brilliant. Okay, well, thanks for talking to me. It's been really nice.
Thank you.
And this will go up on YouTube and on the TV platform, so I'll let you know when it's up there.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thanks.